my homework of searching for the documents, what has been done. In India, ICR and other organizations have done more than a decade of research. But unfortunately, when I see the reality afterwards, only few of the states are trying to implement. For example, in the northern states, you will find no tillage, and especially that is a good technique. And southern part of India, you have a lot of natural farming techniques. Actually, natural farming also very similar, close to what you call conservation agriculture in many points. However, we have a lot of work done by CIE Bhopal also. So I'd like to invite Dr. C.R. Mehta, the director of CIE Bhopal, to share with the whatever the research works done and whatever now forecasted. Now I hand over to Dr. C.R. Mehta, please. Dr. C.R. Mehta,
good evening, everyone, and good morning to Professor Gajendra Singh. First of all, I thank Dr. Syed Ismail for inviting me to deliver a talk, particularly in the area of conservation agriculture and what is being done particularly under ICR and SUV system in India. So, respected Professor Gajendra Singh sir, Dr. Surendra Singh, senior colleagues and friends participating in this webinar talk. And today's both the topic, conservation agriculture and urban agriculture, are important. And if you permit me, I may like to share the screen.
Please go ahead. Yes.
Is it visible properly?
Yes, it's visible.
So I will be talking about the conservation agriculture in India. What are the initiatives which have been made so far and what is to be done. So my previous speaker, both Dr. Surendra Singh as well as Dr. Gajendra Singh have already defined what is conservation agriculture, and even it has been defined that what is conventional agriculture and how is it moved to conservation agriculture. So when there is minimum tillage or no tillage, then and there is crop residue on the surface and there is crop rotation, then it is conservation agriculture. If it is in between that, then we call it minimum tillage. Three principles of conservation agriculture are already defined by Dr. Surendra Singh. But as per the FAO definition, how much minimum soil disturbance should be allowed to be called it as conservation agriculture? And I would like to highlight also that all three principles should go simultaneously, then that process is called conservation agriculture. So like minimum tillage areas covered area till should not be more than 25% of the crop area or 15 centimeter wide, whichever is lower. And how much soil cover should be, then it is recommended as per FAO that there should be minimum of 30% soil cover, soil organic cover with the use of straw. And what should be the crop rotation? There should be at least 3 crops to be used for better soil health. So all three principles, if they go together, then it can be called conservation agriculture. Professor Gajendra Singh sir has already mentioned that India is far behind, particularly in the area of adoption of conservation agriculture in our country. And you can see that as per FAO data of 2014, USA, Brazil, Argentina, Canada, and Australia were leading, particularly in the area of conservation agriculture. And in India, contribution to that was only around 1%. Then how much crop residue should be on the soil surface and what type of crop residue? These are some of the questions which are still being discussed, which are still being addressed by different R&D organizations. So what is the best way to manage residue, whether anchor residue is good or whether surface carpet of residue is good or whether combination of both is good. So these are some of the issues which are being discussed, which are being researched, and there should even, it has been recommended that there should be trade-off between these three options. Then what are the types of residue? One is short and root anchored residue, another is tall root anchored, then short flat, long flat. Which one is better? So particularly it has been observed that handling residue in wet condition is most difficult for sewing up operations without preparation of the field. Then long flat residue is most difficult to handle because it entangles particularly with the machinery which is being used for conservation agriculture. And the most serious physical problem relating to the handling of the surface residue is mechanical blockage. Then most favorable conditions in the case of handling heavy residue is to cut the straw high at the harvest time. Particularly right now it is being done and recommended with the use of super SMS, and spread residue evenly as far as possible in the field. Then about the crop rotation, Professor Gajendra Singh sir has already highlighted that if we go for crop rotation, it will help in reducing the risk of pest and weed infestations, as well as it also helps in better distribution of water and nutrients through the soil profile, because with different crops will be having different density and different length of the root. So soil pores will be better. And that will also help in increase in nitrogen fixation through certain plants' soil biota. And it will also help in enhancing the soil organic carbon. Even right now, it is also being discussed. If we add control traffic also with the conservation agriculture, it will further add to the conservation agriculture. And that will help, not only help in having better soil health, as well as that will help in reduction of greenhouse gas emissions. And control traffic problem is mainly in the developed countries where heavy machinery are being used and there is soil compaction. So if we add that component also with conservation agriculture, then it will further add value to the conservation agriculture. These are the opinions of some of the researchers who work in that area. So in control traffic, we have to practice, we have to modify the existing machinery to work on particularly on the permanent wheel tracks. So that will help in compaction only in that particular area, and there won't be soil compaction, particularly in the crop being grown in that area. And if you go for control traffic, then only around 14% area is taken for is wasted due to the control traffic. Even you may have already heard that there is burning of crop residue in the field, particularly in the northern part of India. And one of the study which have been conducted by CIMET, ICR, and BISA, and one paper which has been published in Science, in that also it has been highlighted that if we go for use of super SMS with combine, and if it follows with herbicides, we may be able to reduce the burning as well as we may be able to maintain the soil health. Now I come to the machinery, some of the machinery which are being developed for conservation agriculture and are being used. So this is this is zero-till drill. So which is what is difference between conventional drill and zero-till drill? That we use the inverted T-type throw opener in place of other type of shoe-type throw openers or other types of throw openers in zero-till drill, and that helps in saving of time as well as fuel and water by more than 40 to 50%. But this works well when there is less crop residue or crop residue is chopped with the use of chopper in the field. Even in ECRIP on FIM, conservation agriculture has been practiced or tried in the state of Assam also. So in Assam Agriculture University had conducted some trials, particularly at that university as well as KVK Golaghat, and there they tried to sow pea crop after the harvesting of rice. And there also it has been recommended that if you go for harvesting of paddy near the ground level, that is one requirement if we want to sow pea crop in the field after the harvesting of ripe. So they tried two types of machinery because power tiller is also popular in that state, and they want to use the power tiller particularly for that purpose. So they tried the power tiller operated zero till as well as tractor operated zero till, and they have observed very good results. Particularly, they conducted this study for 2-3 years, and they demonstrated it to farmers also. At our institute also, we made attempt to modify the existing zero-till to make it suitable, particularly for vertisoils. So in that, we attached the one straw handling system, as well as we also incorporated one cutter, powered cutters to cut the straw. So it helps in sowing of the wheat crop after the harvesting of rice. And in that also we have conducted some limited study, and we are planning to test this equipment, particularly in the North Indian Indo-Gangetic plain, where rice and wheat crop are prevalent. Our previous speaker has already talked about that happy seeder is one of the options, particularly if you go for conservation agriculture. So in this slide, you can see the development of happy seeder. So there were continuous modification in the happy seeder. Number of model 1, 2, 3 have come, and in the year 2017, the design was nearly made perfect. And at that time, it was suggested that we have to go for super SMS with the combine. So it spreads the straw which comes from the combine uniformly, and then it can immediately followed by the happy seeder. So happy seeder has been observed, particularly it is working very good when there is heavy residue. And if it also chops the residue which comes in between the row of the crop, and it distributes also. And it also helps in burning, reducing or controlling the burning of the crop residue in the fields, because time available after harvesting of rice for sowing of wheat is very limited, particularly in the states of Punjab, Haryana. And this is one of the options which have been tried. Some of the farmers are not interested to leave anchor residue, particularly in the fields. So for that, in happy seeders, PIU have added the press wheels also to press that residue. So farmers may get the better fields where they may not see the anchor residue. So in this slide, you can see on the left-hand side, happy seeder crops sown with happy seeder without press wheels, whereas on right-hand side, you can see that visibility of the crop is better, and that is preferred by number of farmers, particularly in the states of Punjab and Haryana. So as I mentioned, that development of happy seeder, that journey has continued for a number of years, and now we have come out with nearly perfect machinery, we can call it. And for that purpose, number of demonstrations have been conducted by PIU Ludhiana to popularize happy seeder, particularly in the state of Punjab. So here in this slide, you can see that if we go for without conventional tillage, if we go for direct sowing of wheat, then even yield is also 3 to 4% higher as compared to use of conventional tillage. And it also adds to the soil organic carbon to the soils, which helps in maintaining the soil health, and that reduces the even fertilizer requirement. So I was talking about the super SMS. So it chops and spreads the loose straw coming from the straw worker and sieves in the working width of the combine harvesters. And it was further modified to make it super SMS, and it has been licensed to more than 150 manufacturers so far. And now in the states of Punjab and Haryana, it has been made mandatory to be provided by all the combine manufacturers for the combines which are being sold in those states. So in this slide, you can see the super SMS and the distribution of chopped straw in the fields. Even PAE Ludhiana have also developed the special no-till drill. So in that, they have put 3 furrow openers in 3 rows, and those have been put in staggered manner. So that helps in working, particularly when crop residue is there in the fields. But it has not popularized so far. Recently, PAE have modified the strip till drill which have been developed earlier, and they have replaced the furrow opener with this type furrow openers, because that is more suitable, particularly for working in crop residue field, and that they have developed with the help of one leading farm machinery manufacturer of Punjab, Kamboj Mechanical Works, and now they are conducting trials of this machinery in different parts of the Punjab to make it popular in that region. Even one zero-till planter with herbicide applicator have also been developed, because particularly in the states of like Madhya Pradesh, where soybean, maize, and pigeon pea crops are grown. So if we want to go for conservation agriculture, Professor Gajendra Singh have also highlighted there is problem of weed. So to address that problem, one zero-till planter with herbicide applicator have been developed, and that is also being tried in the field as well as it is being demonstrated. But it works well, particularly when there is low crop residue in the field. Rotary or rototill have also been modified. It had been developed long back. Even nowadays, even super seeder is also available. And in this also, this type row opener have been used, and it has been modified recently by Punjab Agriculture University. And they are also conducting demonstration of this machine, because farmers are given choice of the machinery based on their preference. They can go for, even if we don't talk about the conservation agriculture, farmers are even preparing nowadays super seeder also. But in my presentation, I haven't covered it because that doesn't fall in the area of conservation agriculture. So if these are some of the options for handling of the straw, for that straw combine is there, then straw with inbuilt trailer has also been developed. Then straw rakes are available, as well as bales are also there. When straw is used for some other purpose, at that time these machinery are important. In this slide, you can see the comparison of use of different machinery, and we have compared with the conventional practice, tillage practice, that is three tillage operations and then sowing. So here you can see that with the use of different types of no-till drill or zero-till drill or minimum-till drill, there is fuel saving from 50% to around 70%, as well as time saving is also from 60 to 75%, and it also helps in saving the energy. And ultimately, it helps in reducing the greenhouse gas emission to the environment. If you open the soils too much, then there will be greenhouse gas emission. So even farmers, now there is proposal that if farmers go for no-till drill, they should be given credit of carbon credit, and like that, and that also reduces the cost of cultivation if you go for use of zero-till drill machinery. We formulated one project, one scheme for promotion of in situ management of crop residue in the states of Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, and New Delhi. And that purpose of that scheme was mainly to reduce the burning of the crop residue, particularly of rice crop residue. But right now in some of the states like Madhya Pradesh, wheat straw is also burnt in the field. So that is also one of the concern. And yesterday, even in the ICR Foundation Day, it was mentioned by Minister that now we are planning to increase this scope of this scheme to other parts of our country also. So in this scheme, farmers are given subsidy up to 50% for purchase of the selected machinery. Some of those machinery are conservation agriculture, and farm machinery banks are given subsidy up to 80%. And the purpose of this scheme was mainly to reduce the burning of crop residue in the field. Initially, it was planned to reduce it to zero, but during last 3 years, we are able to reduce it by 52%. So even this is one of the options. BISA has worked in the area of conservation agriculture a lot, and this is photograph from the BISA. Here you can see that it has been recommended that if we go for combined harvesting of the rice with super SMS, it can follow with 3 to 4 happy seeders, and all the operations can be done simultaneously. So this is also recommended, and there are number of gaps because conservation agriculture is not getting popular. So one of the concern right now is there is lack of awareness about conservation agriculture. Sometimes this is even being confused with resource conservation or even with some precision conservation, precision agriculture also. Recently, we have started a popularization of conservation agriculture in the states of Tamil Nadu also. We have conducted some demonstration with the help of our regional center located there. And another concern that cost of the machinery, particularly which are being used for conservation agriculture, are costly. Particularly if we talk about rototill drill or if we talk about the happy seeder, those cost around 1.5 lakh. And those machinery are being used for limited times. So, and our land holding is small. So only option which is left to us is we have to go for custom hiring of farm machinery. Another, in some of the states, such machinery are not available. Even in some of the programs, in place of zero till drill, some normal seed cum fertilizer drills are also being sold. So that also highlights the need for creating awareness about the right machinery and identifying the right machinery. Another, there is requirement of making some minor modification in the machinery which are already development to make them suitable for different parts of the country. Another, weed management is also problem, particularly in the clay soils. Then moist crop residue is also one of the problem at the time of planting. So even in northern part of India also, it is recommended that we have to use the happy seeder after around 11 a.m. in the morning. We cannot use it early in the morning when their crop residue is moist. Another,
sorry to interrupt. As early as possible.
Yeah, I am concluding. This is last slide. So even I have highlighted the problem of the hard pan of the soil, and so this is all in brief about my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.